Hey guys, welcome. It's been a while since I've done a morning routine, so I figured I would do one today with you, and it's gonna be like a vlog style morning routine, what I eat in the morning, and get ready with me, maybe share some beauty favorites, and overall how my routines have changed now that I'm in my early 40s. And it's been quite a while since I've shared any of this stuff with you guys, including like any beauty favorites. So this is gonna be like a very chatty, spend the morning together kind of hangout vlog. All right, let's get started. So I used to have a full-on skincare regimen for my morning routine and then a different one for my nighttime routine. So I used to use a ton of skincare. All I use for cleaning my face and neck in the morning is just cool water. And I will show you what I use after this because I do use something else. So I have acne scars left over from my cystic acne, mostly on my cheeks and a little on my chin area. And so I have found that certain natural products like aloe being one of them can help to lighten and fade scars, just like eating a good diet will also do that too though. This is organic aloe. I just buy it at the grocery store, and I normally get these, the organic ones at Natural Grocers here in town. So all I do is cut off a piece about that size, and then what I'll do is trim off the sides. There's a flat side here and then the more curved side up here. I'll just fillet off from both. So I'll just take that flat side off first. And what you can do is leave on part of the leaf if you want as something to like hold on to, but I actually like to fillet that off too. So I will just take that whole inner aloe fillet right off of the skin. So I've got my pieces of aloe in here, and I'm just gonna put my aloe leaf back in the fridge. Okay, I've got my piece of aloe, and what I'll do is normally start under the eyes. And I like to have the fillet without any of the leaf on there because it makes it more pliable and more gentle, using it to massage around your face. So I love to just press this into the skin like you're doing a massage, just kind of do circular motions around the face. And it's so cooling and refreshing. It just feels so good. And if you have scarring, it can help lighten those. It's also an anti-inflammatory. Aloe is just so good for your skin. And after I apply the aloe, I take my finger and just rub it over my brows, just to kind of get all the little hairs kind of going in the direction I want them to. And it's wonderful because aloe gel makes an excellent brow gel. It really holds those little hairs in place. So it's an excellent way to just train your brow hairs in the morning while you're doing your mask. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry on my skin for about 10 minutes and then I'm gonna come back and rinse. Okay, my mask is all dry. I'm just rinsing it off with cool water. Oh, yes, that is awesome. I usually will style my hair only at night after I shower, and I wash my hair about once every 4 days. And hair, I feel like, is a whole other topic in itself, but I try to limit how much damage I cause to my hair, although there are things that I do that add damage to it. Like I do go to the salon and they do like a balayage style of highlights on it. Well, actually they're called teasy lights. So my hairstylist will do that at the salon, and I always have it done where it's gonna be able to grow out pretty naturally, so I can stretch the time in between salon visits. And also I try to limit how much heat I use on my hair, but I do still use heat. Like my hair is so thick and wavy, it would take forever for it to dry if I didn't use a blow dryer. So I do use a blow dryer when I do style my hair only every 4 days, and then I use my flat iron to style it. So whether I'm flat iron, like actually straightening my hair, or doing waves, I still use just my flat iron for that. So in the mornings, I really don't have to spend any time on my hair unless I slept on it weird. And around the frame of the face, you know, it can get a little bit weird if you're sleeping on it and it gets a little smushed or something. I can kind of fix it with my flat iron just really quick around the frame of the face. Since I'm filming a video today, I should probably fix that. But yeah, in the morning time, pretty much I just finger comb it. But yeah, that's all I do to my hair. Right now I'm doing an experiment with it, actually with my diet, and I'm growing my hair back out after it had some salon damage about a year and a half ago. So I'm still growing my hair out from that experience. I can't wait for that to go away too. Right now I'm breaking out, and I'm glad I'm doing this video while I'm having a breakout because you guys can see like my skin is still highly reactive if I eat the wrong thing, which is why I changed my diet and eat the way that I do, because I know my sensitivities pretty well now because I've been dealing with it for my entire life. But you know how sometimes we can try to do an elimination diet where we have to figure out, you know, if something is in our diet and it's affecting us, flaring up inflammation in the body, body, we have to find that. We have to stop that. So you go in, you do an elimination diet, eliminate, simplify as much as you can in your diet. Once your inflammation goes down and you're able to clear that, then you can slowly reintroduce one at a time the certain foods that you want back into your diet and see which one it might have been that got you. And for me, spices was one of mine. What's interesting is we have our own personal face maps. And so usually if you have a food sensitivity, it'll go to the same place on the body, whether it's hitting like a joint, or, somewhere like in your lymph nodes, which can be in different parts of the body, or on your back, chest. So whether it's down the center of your face, sides of the nose, cheeks, like for me, dairy was on the cheeks, really bad cystic acne. So I still have scarring on my cheeks, but you can make it better. It gets better over time. We just have to stop what is irritating our body. And then we have to eat the foods that accelerate healing. But right here is where the spices will get me. Anything that has a little bit of kick or a little bit of heat to it, it will hit me right down by the corner of my mouth and just in this area here, like side of the chin. So yeah, it's really interesting how we can form our own personal face maps if we just start picking up on the patterns and knowing that our diet has the major role in what's happening on the outside of us, inside of us, arthritis and everything, anything that's going on in our body, diet has a major impact in. So anyway, that's what's happening with me right now. So my skin is still far from perfect. I'm a constant work in progress with it. And I know what I should be eating and what I shouldn't be eating. And I just need to stop trying to reintroduce the things that I just know I shouldn't be eating. Sometimes, there's just foods that we might love, but they don't love us back and they hurt us. In fact, they do quite the opposite. So it's like a bad one-sided relationship. So I have that with spices, although spices are normally considered something good for you. However, you've still got to pay attention to what works for your body, because we all have individual sensitivities. And so we want to pick up on any patterns of inflammation that are happening with us and what's in our diet and what might be correlating to that. Also, sometimes we can wake up the next morning and have puffiness around our eyes. Usually that can be caused by added or excess sodium or salt from the day before. I get that pretty bad. I'm pretty sensitive to added salt, so that's why I typically don't add salt to any of my foods or anything, because I will get puffiness around my eyelids and under here too. There was a little bit of sodium in the salsa that I had that also got me here. Food definitely shows up very fast in the body, so it's not something that we can escape if we're eating something that starts irritating our body. I do have some products on my bathroom counter here. I try to keep it as simple as possible, but I do still have a few things out. The toothpaste that I've been using is Desert Essence Tea Tree Oil Whitening Plus. For mouthwash, I've been using the Desert Essence Brushing Rinse in Mint. And then I've got like my coconut oil up here and my Shea Body Oil from out of Africa. The coconut oil I use as my makeup remover at nighttime. In the evening time when I'm taking my shower, I do use a cleanser. I use a Cure Brightening Cleansing Gel and then the Cure Brightening Facial Scrub. I'll use that as an exfoliator maybe like once a week. So I do use those two skincare products. Topical skincare products definitely have their place, but they do nothing compared to what diet does for our skin. Diet is really where it's at. You want to go from the inside out when it comes to skincare. All right, guys, I'm in the kitchen and I'm wearing my bikini because I'm going to be going outside. I like to get my vitamin D session early in the morning. So usually around 6:30 to 7:30, maybe even 8 o'clock is normally when I will lay outside for about a half hour. And I like to get out early because that's when the sun is more gentle. It's less intense. I don't really worry about getting sunburn or anything. I don't put anything on my skin when I lay out. So no sunscreen, no sunblock, nothing on my face. Or like oils or anything. Oh, I didn't show you guys also, I drink my water too in the morning. I think this is like 18 or 22 ounces, I can't remember, but I drink at least 2 of these before I start, drinking my smoothies or juices or anything else in the morning. So in the morning before I lay out, I do have my routine of making my juice. I like to start off my day as juicy as possible. Like I want all the juiciness. I want either a coconut water, a juice, smoothie, fresh fruit, berries. Okay, so I've got my fresh turmeric root. I've got my carrot, green apple, and pineapple. That's what I'm gonna be juicing. That's the turmeric sunrise juice that I make all the time. Yes, I can't wait. This is one of my favorite juices to make. And one of you guys had asked me about juicing fruit and if that's okay. I do juice fruit if it's with other vegetables or other roots like carrot. And especially when it comes to juicing, like I do prefer smoothies because I like to have the fiber. I just threw a piece of carrot down there. That's okay. I'm gonna throw it out to the rabbits. They love my juicing scraps. And like actually we eat very similar. I do eat rabbit food, I guess. I didn't know that, but I do eat very similar to my wild rabbits out here. They love any fruit scraps that I have for them or vegetable scraps. And I love smoothies just as much with the fiber too. And actually, I just threw another piece of carrot down there. But juices definitely have their place, just like smoothies do, because the amount of carrot that I'm able to consume in a juice versus, well, I just wouldn't be able to eat this much carrot in a day just eating it like raw like this. Like juicing it, I'm able to get all of that vitamin E out of it, and carrot is really rich in vitamin E, which is so good for our body and our skin and keeping moisturized from the inside out. It's amazing. Look at that delicious sunshiny color on there too, and it's got the foam on top. I like the foam. I've heard some people don't like the foam on there because it like grosses them out or something, but it's all fruity. It like tastes delicious, so I will totally slurp that up. Oh man, that is so good. But I do have to stir it because as beautiful as that color is, I want some of my apple and pineapple to get up there into the carrot. So I just take the knife that I just chopped everything with and just stir that up. Oh, that tastes like pure sunshine. So much vitamin E is packed in here. Phytonutrients. It's just gonna be flooding your cells. Such a good way to start the day. Fresh and juicy. I mean, we are juicy beings, you know? Like we should be eating lots of juicy fruits and juicy foods. And I know that some people don't like juicing because it's messy, but it depends on the type of juicer you have. I actually find that this Omega is really easy to like take apart and clean, and the parts are really easy to deal with, and everything cleans up like really fast. So what I usually do to make it, you know, as simple as possible is right after I get done juicing, I clean it like from all the debris. So just scoop that out of there. And I will just set everything in my sink and I just rinse it right away. And everything, because it's just vegetables and fruits, it just rinses away super clean, really easily. If you let it dry on there, then you got to take the little toothbrush thing that they usually come with and kind of like clean the screen. Just don't let it dry, and you can just wipe everything away like super fast, and it's so easy. With this part, I do actually take the little brush because it has the end on it. Where did I put that? I think that's in here, yep. So I'll just take the little brush. So this is the little cleaner brush that it comes with. It's like a big toothbrush and it has like a little pointy end on it. And I just open up that little bottom part that has a little plug and just poke out any other fiber from there. And then all of this part, I just rinse out. And sometimes I'll just let that sit in the sink while I go lay out. And then when I come back in, I'll just wash it up and I'll put it out to dry. But yeah, that juicer is super simple. I love that it's so easy to clean. That was one of the things that I was doing when I was like researching which juicer to get. And so that one is the Omega V846. I can't remember which one it is. And I go throw that out in the yard for my little cottontail bunnies that like to come. They like to come and eat everything. I gotta finish my juice though, so I have a little bit more to go here. I'm making a mame sapote smoothie. Ooh, this one is gonna be so creamy. This is one of my favorite smoothies to make lately. It's 3 ingredients. It's banana for the creaminess and a little sweetness. Also the mame sapote for the sweetness and the body. And then passion fruit for a little bit of tang. It is such a beautiful combination of fruits together. I love this, it's so good. And this is fully loaded with nutrients, including protein and amino acids. It's rich in B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E. It has calcium. It's also rich in iron. It's got zinc. It is amazing. It is fully loaded. It even has omega-3s in it. And since these are really like a full-size meal, it takes me a while to finish them. So I don't rush, like I don't gulp down my smoothie. I take usually about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, usually around that, to finish a full smoothie like this. So since I'm sharing my morning routine, part of my routine is doing a little bit of makeup in the morning. So my makeup has changed a lot since I first started my YouTube channel. I used to do a lot of dark smoky eyes. Nowadays, I like it really light and fresh. So I'm using the eye primer from Mineral Fusion. A lot of days I just like to wear mascara, but today I'm gonna do some eyeshadow with you guys. So I'm gonna be using this palette. This is Pacifica's Animal Magic palette, and I use a lot of warm neutral matte tones, so that's why I like this palette, because it has a good selection in here. So I'm gonna use this color right here. This is Stag. And I'm gonna put that all over my lid, and then I switch brushes. From the eyeshadow brush, I switch to a blending brush, and I just buff that into my skin. And I've got my Ego Tools pencil brush. I'm gonna take this color here, Horse. So yeah, just a little baby smoke right next to the lash line. Then I will switch brushes, and I'll take another blending brush and just buff that out if I want to smoke it a little bit more, and just make sure it's blended on those outer edges. For eyeliner, I'm using this one from Pacifica. It's their black pencil eyeliner. So I just keep it pretty close to the lash line until I get towards the outer portion of my eye, and then I'll thicken it up a little bit and do a little baby wing just to give a little lift to the eye. So I love my creamy eyeliners, but I do have to set them because I am in a hot climate, and a creamy product in a hot climate can get a little bit melty as the day goes. So I like to set mine with my eyeshadow. So I'll just take this black eyeshadow here. I'm using Crow on a little angled brush, and I'll just press that over my eyeliner. I also like to do this because you can adjust that wing and sharpen it up even more if you want, and you can adjust the angle of it. Curling my lashes is still something I love to do, so I will take my lash curler, this one is from Tarte, and give those lashes a lift. And then mascara, I'm using Pacifica. This is in Supernova. It's my longtime favorite. I've used it for so many years now. I love it. You can separate your lashes out really easily with this brush too. I love it. It's like a really big, thick, chunky brush. But careful if you're like getting in there deep into your lashes, because you don't want to accidentally like touch your lid. So you do have to watch out with that part about using a fat brush like this. And also, one of the other changes I made is not wearing anything on my face. So I don't have any foundations, face powders, like tinted moisturizers, none of that stuff that covers your entire face. I don't put any of that on anymore. So I haven't done that for years though, so it's been a long time since I've worn foundation, but I just always found that my skin was never as happy when I was wearing any of that stuff. Like even just a full face powder, it didn't look good on my skin, and my skin just didn't react well to any of those type of products. So it really is happiest when it's able to breathe. So that's what I prefer nowadays. And brows, I could leave totally natural, I guess, but I do like to enhance them a little. So I'll take a little of my brow powder duo. This is the Anastasia brow powder duo in taupe. And I will just add a little of that. I just like to trace the lower part of the brow, just along the lower part of that brow line, and then I will flip my little brush around to the spoolie side and then just brush that up into the brow. So it just gives it a natural look, not too overdone. Now for concealer, that is something that hasn't changed for a long time. I love this concealer. It's the Superfruits concealer from 100% Pure, and I have the color in Golden Peach. So that's the concealer that I like to use, and you can see I've already almost cleaned the entire thing out. So you're looking at the pan there, and I'm still scraping around the edges there. So what I like to do is take the tiniest amount, like I barely touch my brush into the concealer, and I will just tap it right in. Okay, let's see, can I see? I gotta see here. Hold on, I'll just touch it just in the darkest part. And then I take my finger and just use the warmth of my finger to kind of melt that into the skin. Okay, I'm just gonna add a tiny bit there and just tap that in. So most days when I want a natural look, but a little bit of eye enhancement, that's my makeup look right there. But sometimes I will also do like lips, or I'll add, a little bit of blush and bronzer on. So I'll go and just do that with you guys. What I'm gonna be using for bronzer is 100% Pure. This is in Cocoa Kissed. This is their Cocoa Pigmented Bronzer. So when I use this, I will go up around the hairline here, just on the forehead. And I'll do a little bit on the sides of my cheeks, just brushing back towards my sideburns, and slightly angled up. And then this is the 100% Pure blush in Healthy, and it's their coral shade. but I love that one too. And it's fruit pigmented. I love 100% Pure's fruit pigmented cosmetics. Like that's the best right there. Like fruit pigmented makeup, I love it. This is a bright coral, so it just takes a tiny bit. Like I barely tap it in there just once. And I'll actually just hit the sides of my cheeks again and just kind of brush that into the bronzer. So it just gives you a little hint of coral mixed into the bronzer. So that's another way that my makeup has changed in my 40s, is just doing a natural cheek rather than having like two bright pops of blush on the front of my cheeks. I keep it off to the side, brush to the back, and blend it into my bronzer. So it just looks like you got some sun. Also, one of my old favorite products that I used to love as a beauty lover was highlights. I loved luminous glowy skin, and I still love that. But yeah, for the very best luminous skin glow from the inside out, definitely diet. Get those juicy foods in, get your minerals in, get your phytonutrients, you know, the antioxidants. You want all of that. You want the perfect package. Eat rainbow foods every day and eat really juicy, and your skin will start glowing from the inside. If we're at an in-between stage where we're not quite there yet and we feel like we still need a little bit of help until we can get there with our diet, then I like natural highlighters like this one from 100% Pure. This is 100% Pure's Gem Luminizer, and this is in the color Rose Gold, although I don't think they have this exact one on their website anymore, but I think they have like at least three other shades that they have on their website. And I like to do my nails too. I like to keep up on those and keep them healthy. Most importantly, even if I'm not wearing nail polish, I like to have them long, strong, and healthy. And that is, again, through diet. I know I feel like I'm on repeat with that, but literally diet is the best thing to do for your nails. This is 100% Pure's nail polish in oat milk, and it's a creamy white, so it's a little bit of a softer white. Now for lips, I only own 2 lip products. I have my favorite lip moisturizer, which is Ladybug Jane. It's in Vanilla Cupcake. I buy this for $3.99 at Whole Foods. And then I have a lip liner. So this is BFF by ColourPop. And I have a really pronounced Cupid's bow, so what I like to do is just cut across almost. I like to kind of round that out, and so I will overdraw right in that Cupid's bow area there. And then I just take my ring finger and blend that lip liner into my lip a little more. So it just kind of fades into the lip. And then take my lip moisturizer and just dot that onto my lip. I wish that 100% Pure had some fruit pigmented lip liners. That would be awesome. But I checked on their website and I thought that they had come out with some, but I didn't see any on there at all. So anyway, hopefully they'll make some in the future. That would be awesome. And that is my whole little makeup drawer there with everything in it. I only buy vegan, cruelty-free products. They have to be animal friendly, otherwise I do not want them in my collection. I love animals. They've brought me so much joy in my lifetime, and I never want to do anything that harms them, which is why I went vegan 7 years ago. I went vegan for the animals, and of course then I went high raw whole food for my health. But yes, everything has to be animal friendly in my collection. So I showed you guys 100% Pure nail polish. I also really like London Town Lacquer. They're another one of my favorite brands, and they have amazing brushes. Their brush on their nail polish, the wide ones, those are my favorite. And then also Zoya. Zoya actually just sent this. I can't wait to test those out. I'm gonna be swatching them for you guys in an upcoming video. And I'm gonna get dressed. Right behind me here is my closet. That's where I have all of my clothes. So everything I own is either hanging up or folded up on the top shelf there. And then all my shoes are on the floor there. I do have some flip-flops out in the front room though, for like my most used shoes are already out there by the door. But yeah, that is all of my clothing there. I've definitely pared down over the years. That's something that has definitely changed in my 40s, is how I've simplified my clothing. You know, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're maybe kind of still experimenting with what looks good on your body type and what you like, what you feel good wearing. And so once you kind of start honing that, I feel like I was able to simplify a lot easier after realizing, oh, there's a lot that I don't need. There's very little that I really need to be happy with. So that's kind of how I purchase my clothing, is I'm building a wardrobe that I want to be a smaller amount of items overall, but better quality at the same time. And clothing that you feel good in, like any piece that you pull out of your closet, you feel good wearing it when you put it on that day. And I'm really curious what's in your guys' closet too. Let me know if you have like a certain type of clothing that dominates your wardrobe. Let me know in the comments. Mine would be yoga wear for sure, because I love being comfortable. So I like my yoga pants. They're super comfortable. I like Lululemon. They're one of my favorite brands. I have some other brands of yoga wear, but you know, we're not doing a wardrobe video right now, so this is just supposed to be morning routine, but I like to share all of these other little details with you guys too, just to kind of catch up, because I feel like it's been a long time since I've got to catch up with you guys with stuff like this, you know, like beauty and, you know, how we style ourselves and everything. Lululemon's Align leggings are super comfortable. I love those. They're buttery smooth, very soft, and they have that cottony texture, and they just fit perfect every time. Like once you find your size, it's nice because you can just go check the website, and if they have a new color that you really like, you can just get your size and you don't have to spend much time shopping. It really, like, I like to eliminate the amount of time spent shopping because I want to do other things. I want to be outside. I want to be having experiences that are not in a department store dressing room. You know what, actually, I think I'll wear this today. This is a tank that I got. It's like a crop tank from Free People. So I think I might wear that one, and maybe, since I'm going to be actually working inside all day, I'm probably just going to wear a pair of my Lululemon Align leggings. So these are in Dusty Clay, one of the new colors. I love those. I love skin tone colors. Okay, I'm going to put these on. I will be right back. So there we go. Pretty much my daily outfit there, or, you know, similar style, different colors, but basically I wear a uniform kind of every day. If I'm not in jean shorts and a tank top, then I'm in yoga wear. And if it's a little bit cooler out, then sometimes I will throw on my favorite lightweight jacket, which I love these jackets. These are one of the most worn items in my entire wardrobe. This is a Lululemon Define jacket. I have these in a couple of different colors, but they are so comfortable. They're lightweight, but there's still like a thick cottony feel. They're super stretchy. The cut of them comes in at the waist. They just have a super cute fit, and they're really, really comfortable. So I love those. And they the stitching on them kind of is reminiscent of a wetsuit. That's what it reminds me of. Like a lot of the stitching of Lululemon reminds me of wetsuit cuts. So I love that. I come from a little surf town in Oregon, so when I see stitching like that, that's my first thought is wetsuit style. But yeah, I love it. They are amazing, and I know we're not really talking about it right now, but I do like to have kind of a minimalist house too, like a minimalist bedroom. I like to style areas, but at the same time, I like them to be simple. So I have a pretty minimalist room in here, just everything that I use and none of what I don't. And also in the morning, I always like to make the bed, and if I need to wash the sheets that morning, I like to wash them like usually about every 2 to 3 days. So if I need to wash them that morning, then I throw them in. And also anytime I wake up in the morning and there's orders to pack, I handle those straight away so I can catch the postman. If I get any orders that miss the postman in the morning, then I go in the afternoon. So I'm just getting some orders packed here, and that is definitely part of my morning routine. I love packing everyone's crystals and jewelry. I get so excited for that, and I hope everyone loves them, and it's just a very fun part of my job. I'm gonna make a fruit plate, so I'm just checking to see what I have ripe and ready to eat this morning. I'm gonna open up a bunch of these rambutans because those are gonna be perfect. I've got apricots. I think a bunch of those are gonna be ready to eat today. Maybe a kiwi. These are the gold kiwis. They're so good. Oh, and then the figs. Oh, I love these figs. And I've got a durian back here. I can't wait to open up that. But that probably won't happen today because I'm gonna wait another day or two before I open that up. All right, there's my fruit platter of rambutan, figs, and apricots. And rambutans are especially rich in B vitamins, which make us feel good. They're also very rich in vitamin C and vitamin E, which are good for our skin and collagen production, and also zinc. They're very high in zinc and other minerals. They have potassium and magnesium, a little bit of calcium in there, and protein. And figs also have B vitamins, and they're rich in calcium, so that's gonna be another great boost for my calcium for the day. And apricots are gonna be a nice boost for the vitamin A today, and of course they're loaded with other vitamins and minerals too. And in this fruit meal, I'm going to be consuming about 550 calories. And I don't count calories usually unless I want to make sure I'm getting enough. That's the only time I count calories. And every day I aim for at least 2,000 calories to 2,400 calories. That was so good. Oh my gosh. And I do have a couple of apricots to finish up here still. And I saved my rambutan pits because I might want to sprout those. I did sprout a couple when I was out in Maui, and I grew them into seedlings. They're fun to grow, so I think I might do that here too. And also I'll check our fruit stash, which we keep back there in the corner of our counter, and I'll check it and see if there's any ripe fruit that I need to freeze or cut up and prep for the day, or for the next few days. I've got some gorgeous spotty bananas there that are perfect and ready to get frozen, and sometimes I'll break off a couple and save them for eating that day, but sometimes I'll just freeze the whole bunch. Where are these pineapples from? Costa Rica. Oh, shout out Costa Rica. I love it. Okay. That one is so sweet. Wow. Okay, I can't wait to get after that. So before we open our pineapples, we want them to be a beautiful golden shade and to have a beautiful sweet scent to them. Yes, that is a gorgeous pineapple there. This one, not ripe, but it will be beautiful in a few days, I would say. Maybe 3 days I'd give it, maybe even 4 days, because it's still got quite a bit of green, but you can see the yellow starting to come through there. And when I see that they're ripe, I twist off the top, and then I cut off the top, the bottom, and I cut the skin off all the way around. So that's how I prepare my pineapple. I know they've got like pineapple cores these days and all kinds of handy little kitchen tools. I don't have any of those, but I just do it by hand, old school style. So I just cut up the pineapple, put it in a glass container, and I put it in the fridge, and that way I've got pineapple that's fresh and ready to go whenever I want it for the next few days. And by the time I finish this, my next pineapple will be ready. So I kind of keep that cycle going with my fruit. So I've always got a big fruit stash over there, and I've always got a bunch of fruit in my fridge and freezer ready to go for smoothies and snacking. And then my ripe bananas, I'm gonna freeze these guys next. And one of my favorite treats to have after laying out in the morning is a coconut. So I'm gonna grab a fresh coconut. So I buy these in a case of 9 for $25 at our local Asian market. They are so good, you guys. Oh my gosh, they are amazing. It's one of my favorite treats, and it is a little bit of a splurge, I guess, because I eat about a pack of coconut, or I should say a drink, because I actually don't eat coconut flesh because it's really high in the saturated fat, and I like to keep my fat low. But I love the coconut water in here. So I know it's a little bit of a splurge drinking a whole case of young coconuts every single week, but I love it. I really enjoy it a lot. And I kind of view it like if you're going out to get a coffee at your favorite coffee shop or something, So instead of that, I like to put my little splurge fund into coconuts. So this is like the Cocoa Jack, but it's just a off-brand that's from Amazon. I don't know what happened to the Cocoa Jack. That's what it was called, right? The Cocoa Jack with the yellow mallet. I saw those around on other raw vegans channels, and I was never able to find one. So I don't know if they discontinued them or not, but there's tons of knockoffs like these on Amazon. So maybe the knockoffs knocked off the actual company. So sad. I would have bought from them if I could have found them. But anyway, or are you guys able to see what I'm doing? So you just set that little tool over the top of the pointy part of your coconut, and you hit it with the mallet, and it will take several hits. Hopefully I don't break the counter. Maybe I should do this outside. I usually do this outside on the pavement. There we go. There is nothing better than an ice cold coconut after you've been out in the sunshine. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh my goodness, that is so refreshing. That is definitely one of my absolute favorite treats. This is my #1 favorite way to consume electrolytes, because coconut water is so rich in nutrients, vitamins, minerals, even protein it has in here. You wouldn't guess it, huh? You wouldn't think that. A lot of fruits and vegetables that you wouldn't think have protein actually do. They're very rich in amino acids, which amino acids is what the body uses. The body is a protein making machine. It just needs the amino acids to produce the protein. The flavor difference between an actual fresh coconut versus like packaged coconut water, it's like a night and day difference. There is no comparison. They taste like totally different products. Sometimes people ask me if I ever get bored with my food. Never. Oh my gosh, never would I ever get bored with my food. I mean, there's just no way. That's not possible. Not possible. I love everything that I eat. So morning time, I have all my juicy fruits, and then afternoon, like, lunchtime on is when I start having like my salads, my vegetables, my green smoothies. I love green smoothies, but I also like green smoothies sometimes first thing in the morning, like, because they give you so much energy. but I don't know, like I love my fruit too, so they like kind of battle against each other. I can never decide which one I want more, but they're both excellent to start off the day with. And for a snack, I've got a bowl of blackberries. These are so huge, my goodness. They're like giant, sweet, juicy blackberries. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Wow, that is so delicious. That is so sweet and juicy. Those are unbelievable. Where are those from? Product of USA. Watsonville? Okay, Watsonville, California, killing it with the blackberries. And we just made it full circle. We're back in my office at my desk where I started the video. And if you made it this far in the video, leave me a fruit emoji in the comments below. All right, so I gotta get started with work. So I'm gonna be working on new designs. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite parts of work. I love, you know, all the crystals and everything also, of course, but I also love turning the gemstones into wearable art. I love designing jewelry. It is like one of my favorite things in the world. So I'm gonna be working on some new jewelry designs. That's why I always have my bust here, because I'm into the jewelry scene. I love jewelry, I love gemstones. It's amazing how much connection you can create by wearing a unique piece of jewelry or a beautiful gem, you know, that's just very eye-catching. People see that and they want to talk to you, and it opens up the door for people to connect with you. It's amazing how many people you can meet and new friends you can connect with through wearing just a really cool piece of jewelry. It's such a great conversation starter. That's another reason why I love creating jewelry designs, because it creates connections and it's so much fun. You know, I just love it. Aside from just loving the gems themselves and wanting to have a connection with them also, you know, to touch them, to hold them, to feel them on your skin. Oh, I love jewelry. All right, so I'm gonna get to work because I've got a lot to do. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always have fun making videos. I can't wait to get started on the next one. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I feel like I might get some questions, like if I work out at all. I work out in the evening time usually, so it's not part of my morning routine usually, at least right now. Sometimes I switch things up and I will do like yoga in the morning or something, but not as of lately. Usually I've been working out. I like weight training, so usually I'll do that in the evening time. And I can't think of anything else, but if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or reach out to me on Instagram too. I'm always there. I have all my links below, and I love you. Take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.